So I think we can all agree that Paul Rodriguez is one of, if not the GOAT of street skateboarding. He can skate everything and do every trick in every stance, it seems. Whereas for me, I can skate some things and do some tricks in some stances. So today we're gonna be using one of P-Rod's trick tips to try and level up our skating to be able to do more tricks on more things and be a little less bad and a little more like P-Rod. So the trick we're gonna be working on today, you can tell by the title, is crooked grinds. So this is a trick I learned 2 weeks ago, but it's always really inconsistent and I haven't been sure what to do about this. By the way, it's raining, I'm just gonna keep going. Oh my gosh, so I wasn't sure how to get it to stop slipping into no slide until I was watching P-Rod's trick tip for back crooks, and he says to basically trick yourself into approaching the crook like it's a back 50.
Ollie as if you were gonna do a backside 50-50, but trick yourself and land on your front foot.
And what that does, from what I can tell from watching P-Rod, is it keeps your shoulders parallel with the ledge. That way the pressure is straight over your pinch. And what I do is my left shoulder kind of dangles off the ledge and my chest face is open, or that allows my pinch to slip out into a no slide. Whereas if I keep my shoulders parallel with the ledge, it helps hold that crooked grind in there. So basically the process for fixing my crooked grinds today is I'm gonna go ahead and do 5 crooked grinds like I normally would do them, and then after that I'm gonna go ahead and do 5 back 50s to get that shoulder motion on lock. And then after I do 5 back 50s, I'm gonna approach a crooked grind and keep in mind holding my shoulders just like I did those back 50s. So I'm gonna do the 5 crooked grinds regular, 5 back 50s, and then 5 crooked grinds with the back 50 shoulder position, if that made sense. Basically, we just want to gradually adjust our shoulders to be more like P-Rod so we can hold a proper pinch. We'll see. Hopefully this is the cure for my crooked grinds and we can take our skating to the next level. First, if you do like these videos and you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. That way YouTube will recommend more of my videos to you. I make 6 each week, so if you want to see all of them, make sure to hit the bell. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me at The Local Joe. Remember to make every single day Friday. If you want to get a shirt, the link is in the description along with everything that I skate. Okay, so first thing we gotta do is just wait for this rain to stop. Once everything's dry, we'll go ahead and get warmed up and then see if P-Rod can fix my crooked grinds. Okay, so we're waiting for this rain. I am having some issues with these Tyshawn's. The laces are ripping. So I want to shout out these people that sent me these laces. It's Lifetime Laces, I think is the name of it. It's a bunch of skateboarders that basically made a shoelace for skateboarding. Basically, it's supposed to last 13 to 20 times longer. So these are the Formula X. Formula X is our strongest lace yet. It contains a new blend of fibers that provide at least 20 times the strength of regular laces. So shout out Lifetime Laces. We're gonna try these out today because these Tyshawn's are already ripping laces. So luckily the ground's almost dry. So we'll go ahead and do this and then get our warm up going.
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, have me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso.
Alright guys, unfortunately I wasn't able to get a ton of clips for the warm-up. I played a couple games of skate with Grant and didn't film any of it, so I'm getting pretty tired, so we're gonna jump straight into learning this trick. So if you remember, step 1 is to try 5 crooks and see how many I can get out of 5. After we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and do 5 back 50s to get that shoulder rotation in my brain, and then I'm gonna go ahead and try 5 crooks using that shoulder rotation from the back 50 and see how many out of those 5 I can get, and hopefully there'll be some improvement from the first 5 to the 5 that I do with this tricking my brain into thinking it's a back 50. So without further ado, let's see if P-Rod can help me figure out this trick.
It don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault. I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll.
Alright, so you see I went 0 for 5, so set the bar pretty low for myself, so I guess that's good. But this is what I mean. This is a trick that I can do. I just can't do it consistently. So now I'm gonna go ahead and practice some back 50s, and then I think adding that shoulder rotation to the back 50s, I should be able to get at least 1 out of the 5 crooks, right? So let's do some back 50s real quick.
Everything is on me, oh you matter what. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Told Told ya I'ma do me.
All right, there's 5 back 50s in case you're wondering. I missed 2, so no, I did not do those all first try. And now the trick is to add that shoulder position while trying a crook. So basically when I say approach it like a back 50, here's what I mean. You get all the weight on your back foot and you close your front shoulder. So that's what I mean by the back 50 position. If I can put all the weight on my back foot as I'm going up with my shoulder closed and then land in a crook, theoretically, I should be able to back crook more consistently like Paul Rodriguez. So hopefully I can at least get 1 out of the 5 because I do believe that this is a helpful tip and I want it to help you guys, but first we've got to prove that. So let's go ahead, try some 5 back crooks and see how many out of the 5 we can actually land. Okay, so I got 4 out of the 5, but at least 2 of those, if I remember correct, maybe 3 out of the 4 that I landed were sketchy. But from the first 5 to those 5, there's definitely a lot of improvement. I think the last thing that I need to work on in order to get these crooks consistent is now that I'm thinking back 50, I'm thinking getting the weight onto my toes, and that's what's causing that pinch to slip into nose slide. My shoulders I think are fine. It's just that with back 50s, I'm putting the weight on the toe to try and press it into that lock and slide the back 50. Whereas with crooks, I need to have all the weight on the heel. So if I think I can keep the shoulders and the weight where it needs to be leading up to the trick and just try and stay on my heels, I think it's game, set, match for this trick. So yeah, let's try and get a few more clean back 50s, P-Rod style. Let's get it.
Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what. Told ya I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what. Told ya I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up.
Alright guys, well, I gotta say I do think that approaching it like a back 50 really does help. However, what's different with a crook, at least in my mind, is that back foot needs to be in the back heel pocket. For me, it has to be there. If I can load up that back heel pocket, I can get into the lock most of the time. But if I don't load up that back pocket, it's game over. So it was kind of a nice thought for me to, you know, come into this video thinking, oh, if I just approach it like a back 50, that'll solve all my problems. And as far as the shoulders are concerned, I do think that does solve a huge amount of, you know, what can go wrong with this trick, but you definitely do not put your back foot in that corner pocket when you're trying to do back 50s. In fact, I put mine in the toe side pocket instead of the heel side pocket. So thinking of it like a back 50 definitely does help as far as the shoulders go, but the feet, the foot placement is completely different. And so that's just something to keep in mind. If you try and apply this P-Rod tip where you think of it as a back 50, just know that the shoulders are just like a back 50, and even loading up the back foot is like a back 50, except for the difference is with a crook, you load up the back heel pocket. With a back 50, you load up the back toe pocket before jumping up there. So that's kind of like a crucial distinction between these two tricks, because if you use the wrong foot position, you're not going to be able to get the lock that you want. So I was hoping that it would be more simple, that I would just do those back 50s and that would kind of like click, but there's definitely a lot more going on than just getting the shoulders right. So I do think that this was a helpful session, at least for me, to start thinking through this and thinking through and figuring out what pieces I'm missing to start getting my crooks every single try. But the last crook I got, I was really happy with. I popped out pretty good. So I think it was a productive session. I'm sorry if you got bored, but I did a bunch of fakie front boards back to fakie. Shout out to Sean Enox. He's that YouTuber from Australia. I was watching one of his videos and he learned that trick. And I was like, I think if he can do it, I could probably figure that out. Not saying I'm better than him. I think he's a better skateboarder than me, but just watching him do it, I was like, I think I could do that, and luckily I made it happen. So that's a new trick, always positive when you end the day with a new trick. Anyways, we keep marching along. Thank you guys for watching me progress at skating. If you do like these videos, I put out 6 a week. So if you want to see all of them, go ahead and hit the subscribe and bell thing so that way you're alerted. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me at The Local Joe. Remember to make every single day a Friday. Thank you to everybody that's been ordering shirts. It really means a lot to to me. So thank you for your support, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.